Hello everyone, I am Ajay. Welcome to Online Learning's Accenture training. Today we are going to solve previous year Accenture coding problem. The problem name is autobiographical number. Coming to the program description, an autobiographical number is a number n such that the first digit of n represents the count of how many zeros are there in n, and the second digit represents the count of how many ones are there in n, and so on. The function accepts string n, which is a number, and checks whether the number is an autobiographical number or not. If it is, an integer is returned, that is the count of distinct integers, okay, and if not, it returns 0. Okay, let's understand this problem. Autobiography. As the number is called autobiographic number. Let's take a situation. Let's take a number. Let's suppose it's a 4-digit number. This is the thousands place, hundreds, tens, and ones. And we know the index starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. We will be calling this as a 0th index, first index, second index, and third index. And this will be the actual number. Let's take the example of 1210 here. 1210. So it will be 1210. 0th index has 1, 1 index has 2, second index has 1, third index has 0. So a number is called autobiography number when the index value represents the frequency of the index of that number. Let's suppose if we take the index here, it's 0 and the value is 1, which means we need to consider like the number 0 in this whole number is appeared for one time. Okay, and if we take the example of 1 index, the value is 2, which means 1 appeared 2 times in this whole number. We can see here and here. And for the second, we can tell the second value is 1, which means the second value appeared in this whole number for one time. That is at this first position. Coming to the third, its value is 0, which means the frequency of 3 is 0. Then it's absolutely correct because there is no 3 in this 4 digits. So this number is an autobiography because 0, the value is 1, which means 0 frequency is 1 in this whole number, that is here, and 1 value is 2, that means 1 frequency is 2. Yeah, it's true. And for 2, 1, yeah, only 1, 2 is there, and 3 value is 0. Yes, only there is no 3, so it's 0. It's correct. So the index value will represent the frequency of that index position from the whole number. That's fine. If it matches and if it satisfies all the such indices, means it satisfies all the numbers, then the number is called an autobiography number. So, and this is the first step of that. And the second step is if it is an autobiographic number, then we need to return an integer. The integer is the count of distinct numbers in n. So this is n. So count of distinct numbers means 1, 2, 1 is already there, so 0. So this is a distinct number present in this n. So the count of distinct numbers is 3. So it should be like if it's an autobiography, then return distinct count. And if not, then we should return 0. Else return 0. This is how we need to solve the complete problem. So let's go to the code editor. I'm using the PyCharm. It's only one input. Let's suppose I'm taking the input in the form of string, and I'm using a for loop to check each and every index. So I'm iterating through all the elements of the string. Then we need to check autobiography. whether it's autobiography or not. What we need to check? First, the value and the index, whether it's true or not. So let's define a function check autobiography which will validate the logic as per the problem. S of I, which means the value, that is the frequency, and I is the index here. So if S dot count of index, I'm converting index into str because index here it's an integer, but we are taking as a string, so we need to convert into string character so that it can count the number of occurrence of that, and comparing it with frequency. And again for the frequency it's S of I again. Here also we know that the S of I it's basically like 1 to 1 0. So if we take S of I like it's a 0 index, then it will be 1. So frequency cannot be in a form of a string. So again we need to convert this into integer. If this is true, then you just need to return true. Otherwise return false. We can actually say this complete logic in a single line instead of using the if else thing. You can just keep this part in the return statement and remove all this. So if this is equal, then it will return true. If it's not, then it will return false. So we are just iterating through each and every character, checking if it's the autobiography condition or if it matches or not. And there may be a case it will not match, and that's the case which we need to break the loop and say that it's not a autobiography class, and we need to return it return as 0. So for that I am using the flag variable to indicate whether it's a autobiography number or not. And if I'm using a not here, that's why if it's not check autobiography and making flag as false, I'm breaking it. I mean I'm breaking it here itself because even if at one position if the value doesn't satisfy, the index doesn't satisfy the frequency, then the whole number is not a autobiography. So I'm just breaking it, and at last I'm checking if not flag, which means if it's not an autobiography number, then I'm just printing 0. Else if it's an autobiography number, then we need to find the distinct count of this. So for that I'm converting this into list of string and converting list of string into set, so that the distinct characters will be there, and I'm printing the length of it. Let's see. 1210. Yeah, it's correct. Suppose if I write 1211, which is not on the number, yeah, it's coming 0. It's correct. So here what I have done is, you can see we'll divide here. First S is 1210. Then I'm converting into list. The moment I convert into list, it will become like this: 1, 2, 1, 0. List conversion is done. Now I'm converting list to set, which will just remove the duplicates. Yeah, so this will be set, and we have the data, but we want the actual count of it. So I'm just using the length function, which will count the length of the set. So it will return me as 3 here, a length function, and whatever 3 we are returning, it's being printed out into the console using the print function. So this is actual logic. We are iterating through the string, checking if it's not a biography. If it's not, then we are just breaking out and printing 0. If it's an autobiography number, we are just printing a distinct character. This is about autobiography problem. Thank you.